Look, imagine graduating high school, walking out those doors, and instantly being dropped into a massive multiplayer game. You didn't sign up for it, there's absolutely zero official tutorial, and yet you're forced to play it every single day for the rest of your life. That game? It's our financial system. And honestly, most people play it completely blind. They're just guessing the rules as they go, really hoping they don't lose all their health points. But today, we're going to crack the code. Okay, let's dive into this explainer and look at the actual mechanics of wealth creation.
Think of this as our level map. We're going to conquer 5 main levels today. The rules of the game, interest, inflation, your financial GPA, and finally, time. Let's jump right in.
All right, level 1, the rules of the game. What is money anyway?
Every single day, millions of people wake up, they go to work, earn a paycheck, pay their bills, and just repeat that exact same cycle for decades, right? Those are the basic mechanics of the game. It's the daily grind. But very, very few people ever actually pause the game and ask the most fundamental question about what they're grinding for. Seriously, think about it for a second. Look at a paper bill in your wallet, or just pull up the banking app on your phone. What gives that in-game currency its actual value? Like, why are you willing to spend 40 hours a week working for a digital number on a screen or a piece of slightly green paper? Because by itself, that paper or that little digital digit has absolutely zero value.
Well, here is the secret. Money isn't gold, money isn't paper, money is simply trust. It works entirely because everyone in this massive multiplayer game basically agrees it has value. If tomorrow, for some crazy reason, nobody accepted your currency, like if the servers went down and the trust completely vanished, your cash would literally just be colored paper. It operates purely on a multiplayer trust system, and that's what keeps the entire economy moving forward.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how that currency actually gets spawned into the game. Most people just assume the government runs massive printing presses all day, printing all the money. But you know what? That's only part of the story. Commercial banks literally spawn new currency into the game every single day. Say you borrow $100,000 to buy a house. The bank doesn't go down to a dusty vault and hand you cash from someone else's savings account. Nope. Instead, they just type some numbers, creating a digital deposit in your account. And boom, just like that, brand new money enters the economy. Loans help the economy grow, sure, but as we'll see, spawning way too much money definitely has consequences.
Moving on to level 2, interest, power-ups and traps. So if you want to use money you don't actually have, the game developers are going to charge you for it. Think of money just like a physical product. If you go on a road trip with your friends and rent a car, you pay a daily rental fee for using a vehicle that isn't yours, right? Borrowing money is exactly the same thing. When you take out a loan, you pay a fee for using someone else's money, and that fee is called interest. Here's the catch, though. For borrowers, interest is a massive trap that just continuously drains your resources. But for savers and investors, it acts as this powerful power-up, literally rewarding you with free money just for letting other people use yours.
But wait, taking on debt isn't always an automatic game-over move. You just have to know the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is kind of like buying a multiplier for your stats. You borrow money to build a profitable business, or maybe buy an asset that goes up in value. It actively increases your future income. Bad debt, on the other hand, is borrowing money for, say, cosmetic skins, fast fashion, or luxury gadgets that immediately lose their value. That just drains your financial health bar and creates major long-term stress. You should always be asking yourself, is this debt going to make me richer or poorer?
Level 3. Inflation, the silent thief.
Okay, so the game developers secretly increase the difficulty over time. And honestly, they do it without you even noticing. It is a total stealth mechanic. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you walk into your absolute favorite fast food spot today. You order your go-to burger, and it costs you exactly $5. You hand over a $5 bill, you get your burger, everything is perfectly balanced.
Now, fast forward 5 years into the future. You walk into that exact same restaurant and you order that exact same burger. The recipe hasn't changed, the size hasn't changed, it didn't get magically more delicious. But now the cashier asks you for $7. Wait, what just happened?
So, the crucial point is, the burger didn't actually become more valuable. Your money simply lost its purchasing power. That is inflation. It is a silent thief that quietly steals the value of the cash just sitting idly in your bank account. If you just hoard cash under your mattress, you are literally losing the game on a technicality. And this is exactly why wealthy people don't leave all their money in cash. They buy assets that grow faster than inflation can steal from them.
Up next, Level 4, your financial GPA.
You know, in any multiplayer game, if you're a toxic player who constantly quits mid-match, nobody wants to team up with you. Well, the real financial world has the exact same system for adults. This reputation is called your credit score. See, banks don't know you personally. They have no idea if you're a hard worker or if you're totally irresponsible. So they translate your financial habits into a simple number to estimate your reliability. Think of it exactly like your high school GPA, but for your money. If you have a high GPA, colleges want you. If you have a high credit score, banks want to lend to you.
Keeping this score high is basically just following a few really simple rules of engagement. Pay your bills on time, keep your borrowing under control, and whatever you do, avoid missing payments. Just do that, and over time, your trust level increases. And when banks trust you, they reward you with lower interest rates. It is literally a VIP discount code for big life purchases, like cars and houses, just for being a reliable player.
Finally, level 5. Time, the ultimate cheat code. So, you know the rules, you know how to avoid the traps, and you've built a solid reputation. Now it's time for the ultimate hack to actually beating the financial system and winning your freedom. A lot of people out there think saving money is the end goal, but saving is just your shield. It protects your money from an immediate disaster. Investing? Investing is your sword. Investing is how you actually grow your wealth and multiply your money over decades.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core difference between the wealthy and everyone else. When you invest, you aren't just stashing cash away. You are buying actual ownership in the game. You're buying a piece of a business, real estate, or other productive assets. Listen, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You are basically setting up a farm on the game map that generates passive experience points, or XP, for you while you sleep. Small investments repeated consistently become absolutely massive over decades.
But here is where the cheat code really truly activates. Just look at the massive difference between starting to invest at age 20 versus waiting until you're 40. Someone who starts at 20 needs to put in far, far less of their own money than the 40-year-old to reach the exact same millionaire finish line. Why? Because of compound growth. Compound growth heavily rewards patience. The earlier you plant the seed, the bigger the tree grows without any extra effort from you.
People will spend literally years stressing out, trying to grind and earn more money, but they completely forget one absolute truth of the game. Money can be earned again. Time cannot. If you lose $100, you can just pick up an extra shift and get it back. But you can never, ever earn back yesterday. Time is the one single resource in this entire game that never respawns.
Financial freedom doesn't magically begin just by earning a bigger paycheck. It begins by understanding these mechanics. If you respect inflation, if you use debt carefully, and if you invest consistently to let time do the heavy lifting, you will completely change your financial future. So, here's my final question for you today. Will you let the game play you, walking blindly into traps for the rest of your life? Or will you master these rules starting today and win your financial freedom? The controller is in your hands. If you learned something new from this explainer and want to keep leveling up your knowledge, make sure you subscribe. We'll keep bringing you the strategies you need to win.